13 October for Capricorn arrives like a pause in the current, a space between a breath and the next step. You're accustomed to moving through life by objectives, choices, and obligations. Yet today the universe gently urges you to stop and look not only forward, but inward. This is a day when emotions carry more weight than data, and your inner world matters more than visible accomplishments. You may wake with a light weariness, and even familiar tasks could demand more energy than usual. That isn't weakness, it's a clear sign to shift from a have to toward one want to. Give yourself permission to feel what you've tucked away behind the armor of responsibility. Capricorns often serve as the anchor for family, work, and everyone around them. But ask yourself, who anchors you? When did you last ask, what do I want, instead of what should I do? This day is designed for an honest conversation with yourself, not to provoke drastic change, but to restore your connection to your own soul. Paradoxically, your strength is born today from quiet, slowness, and solitude. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Listen for your own heartbeat. Notice where you're tired, where you're burned out, where the old no longer calls you. A touch of irritability, or a desire to step back from the world may surface. That's normal. It's your inner space asking for care. Don't suppress it. Allow yourself silence, without chatter, without obligations. This isn't distance, it's self-care. If you're working, avoid overloading yourself. You already carry more than most. Focus on what truly matters and drop excess expectations, others, and your own. Today, maintaining inner steadiness is more important than chasing results at any cost. Relationships will reflect where you're authentic and where you're simply clinging to habit. Perhaps you've been missing warmth and stayed quiet, or you've been giving far more than you receive, yet keep tolerating it. 13 October invites frankness, with yourself and with another, without blame or reproach. If you're in a partnership that's settled into routine, talk without demands or accusations. Tennis matters to me. I miss you. I want to be closer. These simple words can change much. Capricorns are masters of restraint, but today is the day to risk being vulnerable. That is not weakness, it's profound inner strength. For single Capricorns, the day can bring a sudden insight, why past relationships didn't work, or who you're truly seeking. Realizations often arrive in quiet, not at first meetings. Don't fear being alone, it isn't emptiness. It's a living space where something genuine begins. Financially and professionally, haste isn't required. In fact, the slower you move, the more precisely you act. Avoid emotional decision-making, pause, reflect, rest. It's a favorable time to sort out documents, finances, and plans, clearing the old to invite the new. Your intuition may offer odd but accurate nudges. Listen, especially if you feel moved to do something you've long postponed. Nothing grand, perhaps just emptying a drawer, buying a ticket, or calling a friend. Small acts today can set off a chain of larger shifts. You are a builder by nature. Yet sometimes the path to something true begins with dismantling what's outdated. Don't fear releasing what no longer fits. Don't fear saying I won't live on autopilot. I want to feel fully alive. Even if you don't know how to proceed yet, the very desire opens the door. Your inner world speaks in a quieter tone today, but with uncommon clarity. Things you've ignored in all the rush or self-control rise to the surface, not to disturb you, but to be seen. Follow the trail from should to want, from duty to meaning. If memories pull at you, don't push them away. Let yourself relive and reframe them, not as anchors but as lessons. Every chapter played a part in shaping who you are. Even if there was pain, you aren't who you were then. You are stronger, deeper, wiser. Try to avoid arguments, especially over matters that don't feed your soul. Stand your ground only when you truly feel it's necessary. In all other cases, silence is your best ally. Sometimes quiet reveals more about you than any explanation. If you've been considering a course correction in work, relationships, or lifestyle, the right impulse may arrive today. Yes, time to shift. You needn't make drastic moves, but you can stop clinging and stop convincing yourself that everything is fine when it hasn't been for a while. Many Capricorns will feel called to simplify, not superficially but deeply. Prune the extra links, conversations, and actions. Do only what genuinely matters. That isn't caprice, it's wisdom. In simplification, freedom is born, and however it may appear, Capricorns long not for control, but for the freedom to be themselves. Connections with parents, older relatives, or children can carry special meaning now. A conversation, a memory, or an emotional spark may reveal what's ready to be released and what deserves careful keeping. Reconsider your place in the family. Less from duty, more from the truth of your heart. Some of you may feel internally torn. Son, I give so much, what do I receive? That isn't a complaint, it's honesty. And today it matters. Admit where you've been running yourself down, where your care isn't reciprocated, where you pour energy into wells long gone dry. 13 October is a day to say, and I matter too. Spend time in spaces that replenish you, a corner of your home, a park, a cafe, a book, music, anything that brings warmth and a sense of belonging to yourself. Capricorns often live for others, for the project, for the outcome. But today is about here and now. Slow your pace and ask, how am I, really? You may feel momentarily off the field while everyone else seems to sprint ahead. Don't worry, that isn't a stop, it's a point of reassembly. From here, movement will be born later, deliberate, not automatic. Your strength is measured choice. If you don't feel like seeing anyone, that's fine. If you crave quiet, you owe no one an explanation. Do not betray yourself for the sake of others' comfort. Even if someone finds you distant, so be it. You are with the most important person in your life, yourself. If you allow yourself to slow down, you'll hear a lot. Perhaps more than you have in a long time. The thought, drowned out by busyness. The feeling you feared acknowledging. The truth whose clarity once scared you. This day doesn't demand answers, it asks you to listen. Listen for where life no longer flows and where it longs to return. Capricorns often demand the impossible of themselves. You set the bar higher than anyone, shoulder on, and refuse to disappoint. But today isn't about iron will. It's about the courage to be alive, with feelings, with fatigue, with fragility, and with that real inner flame that keeps burning anyway. Many of you know you're on a threshold, standing at the edge of something new, even if it's not yet defined. You're entering a transition zone without clear signposts, and your inner compass activates only when you stop running, when you become still and listen. Your body may speak up too, a bit of pressure, tiredness, heaviness in the shoulders. That's meaningful. It's your body's language, asking you to notice how much you've been carrying, where you've taken on too much, where you forgot to rest. Don't ignore it. Your resources aren't endless, yet they replenish readily when you allow yourself to breathe. Resist comparing yourself to others. Don't peek at someone else's career, family, or decisions. Another's success doesn't mean you're behind. Capricorns have their own road, often longer, harder, and deeper. What you build is genuine. It may not reveal itself quickly, but it endures, which is why haste does you no favors. You're not here for trophies, you're here for essence. If you can, take a solitary walk without a destination. Look at the sky, people, water, trees. Feel that you aren't separate, you belong, you are where you need to be. Even if your mind is still noisy, your heart is already finding quiet. In that quiet, you'll hear, you're doing it right. Be gentle with others, not because you must, but because you know how. Your depth lets you sense what others are going through. If someone nearby feels vulnerable, don't hesitate to offer warmth. Even if you aren't one for grand speeches, your presence alone can heal. If someone has been on your mind, send the message. One note can warm a heart, or release something that has been held for years. Do it without expectation, as an act of inner freedom. And if you've wanted to let go of a person, a grievance, or an illusion, 13 October offers a surprisingly soft energy for release. Not to erase, but to stop clutching it. Offer it back to the space around you, and feel how everything gets lighter as room opens for the new, for you. The evening feels designed for being within yourself, not necessarily alone, but truly in yourself. In your own space, your own breath, your own calm. No need to explain, to be convenient, or to struggle. Just be. This day doesn't demand effort, it invites release. Layers of long-held tension can melt without drama, simply and naturally. You may notice how breathing becomes easier. If you feel inclined, write down your thoughts, not to organize, but to unburden. Let the page hold what you've carried, hurts, fears, doubts, expectations. Sometimes a single honest sentence changes a great deal, even if no one else ever sees it. 13 October is not a day for feats. It's a day to return to yourself, to the inner spine that's never left you, even when you felt lost. Today you can remember who you truly are, without masks, without the weight of a should, just you, and that is enough. Do something warm for yourself, even if it's only a favorite tea, a beloved playlist, or a bath with salt. In these simple gestures lies real magic, a signal to your soul. I hear you, I'm here, I won't leave. If you choose to share this day with someone, choose a person who understands. You don't need many words, sometimes a glance or quiet presence is plenty. You know how to be the steady one, but let yourself receive warmth too, not by pleading, but by opening your hand. It's already close. You are stronger than you seem, deeper than you think, and worthy of far more than you sometimes allow yourself to believe. Let today become your point of departure, not a sharp turn, but a gentle homecoming to yourself, to truth, to a life where you can be not only steadfast, but fully alive.